You want me to start?
Yeah. Welcome. My name is Rob Giuliani, and I'm the author of Never Quit, a story of perseverance and love. Like many authors these days, the most famous ones, Patterson, Grisham, they all write books by their vivid imagination. They're the cream of the crop. My story is a true story. It's my life. It's written from my soul and my heart. So to begin, I have to bring you down memory lane. We all remember our high school days, most of us fondly. Mine was fabulous, and I'm going to be more specific, at 10th grade. 10th grade, I was living life high on the hog. Everything was coming up roses, and to borrow a quote from Charles Dickens, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Throughout the school year, that's the year we go from 15 to 16. We all know our bodies are changing every day. We're getting older, we're maturing, we're gaining more independence, and our confidence is building every day. Well, most of us have school pride, most of us belong to clubs, sport programs, cheerleaders, Girl Scouts, whatever. It's just a fabulous time. It's the year we all go from 15 to 16, that sweet 16, where many girls would be having parties every Friday or Saturday celebrating their birthday. To me, it was a great ride until the last day of school, the day we all clamor for, the day we wait for that final bell to go off and we're free for the summer. The year where most of us are going to start driving or getting their driver's license, getting rid of the bicycle and being even freer than we've ever known before in our lives. On that last day of school, I had permission from my folks to skip school, and I ended up going to the beach with a few of my friends. On that dreaded day, after a couple hours of playing on the beach, I decided to dive into the frigid waters of Long Island, and everything was going well until my head hit an unknown sandbar. That split second, my total life changed. Everything I built up until that day was now gone as I was carried out from the ocean by the lifeguards and my friends and laid on the beach. My heart was pounding, I was gasping for air, and I was paralyzed from the neck down. The life I knew was gone, shattered, like a puzzle crumpled. My future life was unknown. I was in God's purgatory of life, somewhere between the old and what was coming, the new. That's where my book starts off. My book starts off at the beach on that incident, and then I leave the story right there, and then I bring you back to my early days. I mean, considering I was only 16, there's only a few early years, but it'll show you the life I lived going up to that point. From that point on, I bring you back to the day of the accident, the events that occurred throughout that day and throughout the next 17 days in the intensive care. From there, I go down 9 months of the rehab, where within a month, I have an experience that all of a sudden, the question, why me, became why them. It's something unusual that a 16-year-old can comprehend and change his feeling sorry for himself, the feeling for others, but that's exactly what happened in my life. I'm an extremely competitive person, and that helped me to realize I had 16 good years, and some event showed me that some don't even get that many. With that, I returned back to the high school for my senior year, a totally different person than I was going in 10th grade. My confidence was gone. I was a ghost of the confident kid that left on the last day of school. From there, I'll take you through my college days, where I come up against my first wheelchair obstacle, which cost me a semester of school. Because by the time they arranged my classes to be in an accessible building, it was too far to catch up, and I ended up missing a semester. This was before the American Disabilities Act, and it was the first time I actually felt paralyzed, believe it or not. Blessed with great parents and good friends, they always managed to make obstacles disappear. Unfortunately, this had too many steps, and there was no avoiding this one. After college, I bring you to my first full-time job. It was a 3-month computer class program, and while I was there, I had to have another surgery. That's when I was fortunate enough to find my diamond in the rough. The nurse who admitted me, I have known from previous days at the hospital. She was now single, and I was now ready to settle down. We had a hospital romance, and we've been together for the last 32 years.
That's me.
That's my wife, Nydia.
Hello. Oh.
Without her, this book would never have been written, and I would not be here speaking today. I guarantee that. So from meeting my wife, after being discharged after about 3 months from the hospital, she came about 2 months after that. We moved up from Long Island to Connecticut, where we spent the next 28 years. I had a very successful software career, engineering career. And then the last 4 years, we decided to move down here to get out of the winters, like many of you folks here. Winters are just brutal, and nobody should be up north unless they have to be. So we also moved down because my dad was living down here, and I wanted to spend the remaining of his quality years with him. He just recently passed away, and at Brookdale, and that's where I did my first presentation. You folks are my second. Throughout the book, it'll be a roller coaster of events. There's a lot of humor in it because I try to use humor as an icebreaker, and it's been very successful. There's a lot of life lessons. It will show you the strength that I have in God and how He's helped me through all these rough times. I give thanks to my folks and my siblings who were the backbone of coming home when I was 16. My very close friends I pop in throughout the book that have meant the world to me, and of course my wife Nydia, who life would not be possible. So from there I go on to explain how I enjoy Florida now and what I'm doing to stay busy. And I sum up the book. I don't know if any of you know who Jim Valvano was. Jim Valvano was the coach of North Carolina State basketball team. In 1983, he won the men's championship against all odds. 10 years later, he was receiving the Man of the Year award from ESPN. And by that time, cancer had riddled his whole entire body. He could hardly get to the stage. And when he finally got onto the stage with the help of a few others, he said, if you laugh, cry, and think in a single day, that's a fabulous day. Well, I'd like to tell you that my book will make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll make you think, it will inspire some, it will motivate others, and it will definitely make you reassess your life and realize life isn't so bad after all. Also, this is not only a book for you, but this is a book for you to share with your family or your grandchildren, because there's a lot of life lessons throughout the book. and everyone goes through tough times and think their world is the worst. But let me tell you this, it's what you make out of life. Never quit, keep on fighting, because life is a lot better than the alternative for now. Thank you.
Never Quit, a story of perseverance and love by Robert Giuliani, now available on Amazon and Kindle.